naked, shaking my knee makeup, baby, I'ma show you how.
Hi, welcome to CLAP.CH. My name is Rawson Thurber. I'm the director of We're the Millers.
Let's get naked, shaking my knee makeup, baby, I'ma show you how.
Great question. The studio sent me the script, New Line, and I read it and thought it was really funny, and I said, okay, let's do it. And that's sort of the very short version. I rewrote the script that I was given, although I'm not the credited writer, but the two writers who did most of the work are Sean Anders and John Morris, and they got credited, but I just did a little bit of work to kind of put my stamp on it. But it was very different, directing a script that really wasn't mine. It was freeing. It was I didn't have anything in the script or in the movie that was so precious that I couldn't change it. So it was very liberating, because all that mattered was if it was funny or not. And if it was funny, we'd put it in the movie, and if it wasn't, we wouldn't.
We're the Millers. Honey!
Eat a dick.
Sorry.
I think most scripts, and anyone in Hollywood will tell you this, most scripts that are written are terrible. So usually when you read them, you don't like them very much at all. So it's great when you get a wonderful script. It's so rare. And there are, many scripts that I've read where I wouldn't change a word, and I would just go do that. But usually it's a script that has a good idea and that's pretty good, but you have your own ideas about what you want it to be, and then that's what you change.
Let's get naked, shaking my knee makeup, baby, I'ma show you how.
Gosh, that is a good question. I think it's probably harder to make them laugh consistently. I think cry. I don't know. That's a very good question. I think it would depend on the director. For me, I enjoy making the audience laugh more than cry.
Let's get naked, shaking my knee makeup, baby, I'ma show you how.
I think there's an old saying that directing is 90% casting. I don't think it's 90%, but it's very important.
I would be okay with that.
And we got very lucky on this one. One of the best things about being a director is you get to hire the actors you like to be in your movie. And that's what I got to do here. So guys like not only Jason Sudeikis, who I love, and Jennifer Aniston, who I've been a big fan of, but Nick Offerman and Catherine Hahn, who play the parents in The Other Family, and Tom Lennon and Ken Marino and Scott Adsit and Ed Helms. So you get to hire great actors, and fortunately we had, as you said, great cohesion on this one. And I think that's because everybody got along really well. And Jennifer and Jason are friends in real life, so that made it easier.
Let's get naked, shaking my knee makeup, baby, I'ma show you how.
So on this movie, there was a lot of improvisation. We would always get what the script had, what was in the script. We made sure we shot that and recorded that. But yeah, I hired great actors, and I wanted them to bring their own ideas. So we would always let them try 2 or 3 different ones, and then in the edit room, you'd get to make that decision if you wanted to use the one that was written, or maybe a funnier one that the actor came up with, or one that you came up with on the day. So it was a big collaboration.
Let's get naked, shaking my knee makeup, baby, I'ma show you how.
Well, for David, the character that Jason Sudeikis plays, I think we both wanted the character to be missing something in his life, even if he didn't want to admit it. He's alone. He doesn't have a lot of friends. And it's through this adventure that he gets a family. He gets close to somebody else, to 3 other people, in fact. So he always, to us, seemed like a guy who wished he was a bad guy, but deep down, he's a good guy. And being a good guy, in this case, is what gets him into trouble. So that was sort of the idea.
Let's get naked, shaking my knee makeup, baby, I'ma show you how.
The comedies that I loved growing up were Harold Ramis and Ivan Reitman and John Landis. So Ghostbusters is one of my all-time favorites, Revenge of the Nerds, Meatballs, Caddyshack, Animal House, Trading Places, John Hughes movies, of course, 16 Candles, Weird Science, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So in terms of comedy, that's sort of where I started and kind of what I love.
Let's get naked, shaking my knee makeup, baby, I'ma show you how.
I'm so happy that you asked. I would love to. I haven't found the right one yet, but I hope to do a sports comedy again, and maybe a real one as opposed to a dodgeball, which I love, but it's not a real sport. Well, no, it is a real sport, but you know what I mean. No, I'd love to do a football movie. My favorite football movie is Friday Night Lights. Peter Berg directed it based on the H.G. Bissinger novel, and that's the best football movie I've ever seen. So it would be a very high bar for me.
It would be like a comedy or more drama?
I don't know. There is a football comedy that just got sent to me that I'm reading right now. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Let's get naked, shaking money maker, baby, I'ma show you how.